What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our Leicester City preview here on Anfield Agenda. The Reds could wrap up the Premier League title this weekend if Arsenal lose to Ipswich, but if not, well then 3 points will mean that next Sunday at Anfield it can officially be done against Spurs. Over the course of this video, I'm going to go through and give you a bit of an injury update, a fact file on our opponents, their recent form and our head-to-head. Then I'm going to give you my predicted 11 and we'll finish up with my score prediction as well. Feel free to let me know what you agree and disagree with in the comment section. If you enjoy the video, please don't forget to drop a like on it. And of course, we love you to hit that subscribe button. A reminder, this is a 4:30 kickoff this Sunday against Leicester City, which means we'll be live from 3:15 p.m. for a watch along. We'll have our match reaction, our player ratings videos, and everything else you would expect on a match day. Cannot wait to get one step closer to that Premier League title. And I'm going to say it, I'd rather we win it next week. I know people might want it done ASAP, but I want it to be won at Anfield. So for me, I do expect Arsenal to beat Ipswich. Hopefully, we can go and beat Leicester, and then, well, we can celebrate together next Sunday. Right, let's get stuck into it. And we will start off with a bit of a fact file on our opponents, Leicester City. Leicester have won just 2 of their last 13 Premier League games against Liverpool, drawing 1 and losing 10, with both these wins coming consecutively at home in 2021, 3-1 in February and 1-0 in December. Liverpool have won their last 4 Premier League games against Leicester City, while they've only failed to score in 1 of the last 15 against the Foxes in the Premier League. Liverpool have lost just 1 of their 10 league games played on Easter Sunday, winning 7 and drawing 2, going down 3-0 to Manchester United in 2018. Right, some head-to-head now and a little bit of Leicester's recent form. Let's start off with the head-to-head. Premier League 24-25, it finished Liverpool 3, Leicester City 1. In the EFL Cup in 23-24, it was Liverpool 3, Leicester City 1 again. Premier League 22-23, Leicester City 0, Liverpool 3, and then Liverpool 2, Leicester City 1. So as you can see, our recent head-to-heads pretty good there in the Reds' favour. Right, let's look at Leicester's recent form, and as you can see, it doesn't make for pretty viewing. We're going to go from the bottom up. They were defeated 1-0 by Chelsea in the Premier League. In fact, all of these are Premier League results. Then they were beaten 3-0 by Manchester United, 2-0 by Manchester City. They lost 3-0 at home to Newcastle, and they drew 2-2 in the last one against Brighton. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason not to be optimistic going into this game. You always want to be respectful of your opponents, but either way, we should be looking to secure the 3 points at the King Power against the Foxes and move us just 1 win away. So let's have a little talk now about Arne Slot's presser. No real updates with regards to injuries. Trent is back training out there on the pitch, but still some way away from getting into the matchday squad, I believe. Joe Gomez as well, not available as per, but Connor Bradley is back in. So, you know, Tyler Morton is also starting to work his way back into contention as well. So there is some good news in that regard. Let's go in now and have a little look at my predicted 11. As always, I'm going to try and justify this team selection as we go through. And remember, this isn't my 11 that I want to put out there. This is the 11 I think Arne Slot is going to go with. So let's start off, my friends, as we always like to do, with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs. Alisson Becker in goal and Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk. You know, it's not rocket science for me to figure this one out. Unless Arne Slot's had a big change of heart, maybe over Jarell Quansah, this is what I expect to happen. Now, of course, we do need to keep an eye on Ibu's contract situation, and hopefully that can be resolved sooner rather than later. Now, though, the fullback positions. And this is normally the part where I say, I don't change too much. I do this, I do that. But I think I've shaken it up a little bit. So, whilst it is kind of a similar starting left back to last weekend, it hasn't been the norm that he's gone with Costas. But I think Costas deserved to start that game, and I think deserved to stay on. I thought he was much better than Andy Robertson. Don't normally say that, but I thought Robbo made us look a little bit weaker when he came on. So I'd reward Costas and I'd start him in this one at left back. And then, of course, Connor Bradley should be a straightforward one at right back, as it's him, Quansah, or Curtis Jones. And look, let's just stick with Bradley. He's the future at right back. If Trent departs, well, we need to get as many minutes into Connor Bradley's legs as possible. So that's the back 5. Now into the midfield. So obviously the manager last week didn't play Dominic Szoboszlai, but for me, I do think we see him back in for this game. Now, Curtis Jones could well start, but my guess is going to be Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. Again, I think that's our strongest midfield trio. We ran a poll on last night's late night agenda, or excuse me, on Thursday night's late night agenda, and we asked people, have you been happy with Dom's season? Because it's a conversation topic that comes up quite a lot during our live shows, and 80%, well, I'm lying to you, 79% of people said yes, they were happy with Dominic Szoboszlai's season, and I would certainly be in that 79%. Can he improve aspects of his game? Of course. But remember, he's still relatively young, so plenty of time for development. So that's my midfield, and I think maybe other than Curtis Jones, that's probably what you guys are expecting as well. Now, a lot of people might want Endo. A lot of people might want Elliott. But again, I'm trying to guess at what Arne is going to do. And I don't think he's going to go with Endo or Elliott. Now into the front three. Let's start off in the wide positions. Right hand side. No surprises there. Mohamed Salah will start. Hopefully can keep going with the goals and assists. He's getting closer and closer to breaking Thierry Henry's record of 20 goals and 20 assists. We know he's already had the highest ever goal contributions in the 38-game league season, 45 if my memory is not wrong. So Salah will be on the right. On the other side, well, I've gone with Cody Gakpo. And it's not because I think he's better out there at this moment in time than Luis Diaz. In fact, I would say Luis Diaz is probably in better form than Cody right now. But the reason you've seen me do it is quite simply this. Because I put Luis Diaz through the centre. Again, I would rather go with Chiesa through the centre to give him a chance, but Arne Slot doesn't seem to want to do that. And if it was a choice between Diaz, Jota and Darwin in the form that they're all in, well, as much as I still don't think Diaz is at his best through the centre, I think it makes a lot more sense than Jota or Darwin. Darwin wasn't even in the squad last week. We were told he was ill. But, you know, if I had to pick between Jota and Darwin, I'd probably go with Darwin in all honesty. But I think Diaz is what we may see. But do let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree with me on that one, folks. So again, to quickly run through it, Alisson in goal, Bradley at right back, Costas at left back, Canade and Van Dijk centre back positions, a midfield of Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister, Mo Salah on the right, Cody Gakpo on the left and Luis Diaz through the centre. Now, all that remains is, of course, the score prediction, and it's going to look familiar to you because when we went through our recent history and head-to-heads, well, this score did pop up a lot, and I'm going to go for it once again. So I'm going to go for a Liverpool victory by 3-1. Let me know what you guys think about that. And of course, a reminder, we will be live from 3:15 p.m. So an hour and 15 minutes before kickoff for the game. Cannot wait for it. A week between games these days feels like an absolute eternity. So I'm absolutely buzzing for Sunday and the game. Hope to see you guys for all of it. And of course, the news video will be coming out that night as well. Until then, have yourselves a cracking weekend. You should be watching this on Saturday, so I won't see it unless something dramatic happens in the news today. But remember, tomorrow, match day. We'll see you then. Much love, my friends. Bye-bye.